Seems like everything is changing here, folks. We have the Fed coming out last Friday, saving everything for XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin. Now I am back to talk about where we go from here. Certain key levels have been absolutely broken through for some of these cryptos. Another one of these three cryptos is holding on and absolutely throwing punches to the bears. But we had Tom Lee come out and talk a little bit of shop there. And we need to go ahead and take a look at this, of what he said, because I have a key level too, and we got something in common. And that's what we're going to talk about in this one. This is what you need to know right now when it comes to these three cryptos. Now, before we get started, make sure you take advantage of the session, folks. I'm doing another session. I did this twice now. It was awesome. Absolutely packed house. And I know some people said, I didn't get a chance to get in, Mo. And know what? I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to give you a lot of heads up here. So I'm going to do this again, but I have some plans this weekend, so I'm not going to do it this week. I'm going to do it 9/7, and I'm going to do it that Sunday. It's a great opportunity to be a part of this. Click the first link down below. Code MONEY saves you $20 off of this. You can join my candle workshop, which is a technical workshop for beginners on the candles. It is absolute fire. I'm telling you, it's some good stuff. You can read all about it down here, what you get and all that good stuff. I do recommend getting in there. Dr. Stock is doing his workshop, the options. Crypto Will's doing his on crypto. And if you want all three, we have a discounted rate, plus the code money does work on that, and you can get into all three of them. So that is up to you. First link down below. And of course, if you're not in the Discord, Code Learn is available for a few more days, 50% off, and then it is gone. So if you guys aren't in there, use that second link down below. Now, let's talk about, well, let's go right to it. So I'm making this video a little bit ahead of time. You can see they're Altcoin Daily threw this out 36 minutes ago. You can see Tom Lee, all this talking shop here. Hey, Tom, and you can see the insights, Tom Lee and others out there. Hey, Tom, I'm on vacay, but here are some thoughts. And they start talking amongst themselves and stuff. And you know, obviously Tom sharing this. ETH is a very good risk reward here. I am highly skeptical it breaks the trend nor breaks 4067 from 818. That's what required to think a bullish stance near is wrong. Ideally, we should bottom out in the next 12 hours near 4,300, start to push back up to new highs and get above 5,100 near 54 to 5450. That could be meaningful. I could see the chart he's looking at. And of course, you know, a lot of people talking about this. I know it's shared in the Discord, in my Discord. Absolutely love where we're going with the prices. Now, I will tell you right now, when we did all of this, you guys know I sold all of my Bitcoin. Not a fan. And I had people, and I sold it way, way higher than this. So when I got out of my Bitcoin, I had people ask me, Mo, I thought you're big on the crypto, the big three. I said I am, but Bitcoin's chart got really, really, really nasty looking. And the one thing I don't want to hold is a crypto with a 13 going underneath the 50. So obviously I got out back here because you see what was going on with the 5. We're breaking this key level here. And then it was time for me to go. And now obviously the Fed jumped in, or, oh, what happened? You know, and of course that's a one-day jump. And then within, 72 hours, we're down to new lower lows here for the near term. And now we're on to the next candle. So when the 13 cross here, and you can see that on this candle right here, that normally leads to a little bit more pressure downward. Now, it doesn't have to last long, a candle or two, and then it can rebound up. So I am watching. I told you guys one of two things. One, if we confirm below this level right here, and I have it right here, folks. This level is 110,500. I told you if we break 112, we were going down to 110. We'll never go there. You know how many people tell me that, and then the technicals don't lie. Then it does it, and then I don't hear back from them. So now that we confirmed below the 110, we got 108 on 108.3, and then if that fails, we're down to 105.6. So these are the lines I'm watching for. Now, obviously, we got close here, but it pushed back up. I am expecting, if this confirms like it is looking right now, even though we got a hammer right here, which is bullish, that we would go down to the 108,332. Where's your buy zone, Mo? To be blunt, we're already getting down there where I like to start adding back on, but I'm going to give it a little bit until we see a confirmation above some of these key lines. So I'll be watching. I'll let you guys know. So basically, it was the correct call. It's never the call that people want to see from me when I start selling at the top. And they're like, why are you getting out? And then I continue, and then I get totally out when we see it. And now it's all the way down here, and a lot of those who are yelling about it aren't yelling anymore. I don't even hear from them. The fact is, I am going to actively trade very, very quickly. And with the push of a button, I'm all in or I'm all out. And that's my goal. I want to play these charts. So when we ran it up, we made hundreds of thousands of dollars in the last few weeks, 6 weeks. It was great, but you have to know some profit taking is going to happen, and it's exactly what happened. And so now from here, I'm waiting to get back in. And it's getting interesting to get back in. There's some numbers I'm watching. I'm going to see what happens here. Remember, who told you about the liquidity? Who told you about the treasury replenishing? That is not done yet. That liquidity drain, with a lack of the repo money that we had in a few times ago we had to do this, it creates a little bit more volatility. Nothing's good. Hey, it's the end of it. No. It's fine. It's just taking liquidity out and it's going to create a little bit of volatility, and not in a good way, for the next few weeks. Once it's done, once everything is reloaded, the checking account is stacked, I expect to see a nice run. But the Treasury's not done yet. And so for me, it was still pressure. I still expect to see the markets getting hit. I still expect to see crypto getting hit. And that's why I de-risked. That's why I de-risked big time. And I know it's not the favorite move. Everybody wants to buy. But for me, I'm trying to turn a little into a lot. And for me to do this and continue to do it, I've been trying for years and years and years. It means being able to be nimble, being able to hit a button, all in, all out, all that good stuff. And that's what I continue to do. It's up to each person what you do. My charts have been absolutely on fire accuracy. You guys who watch this channel, you know it. And that's one of the reasons you see so many people watching these, is because I am so transparent, and I do give you the charts, and these charts have been absolute fire. All right? And so like it or hate it, the one-day event here with the Fed saying what they said, that's not something you can predict. And so now take that out. What it did is delay what my charts were telling you. And I told you we were going down here, and of course the Fed came out and changed that. Now, 72 hours, we're there. And now we see where we go from here. Now that was for Bitcoin. Now we're going to go over and take a look at XRP. XRP, this is one that I still have some XRP. And I'm watching this one because I hate to say it, Bitcoin's kind of leading the way. You had the 5 already cross and the 13 cross at Bitcoin, and you saw what happened afterwards. Big red candles. That's always going into that 13 cross and big red candles. Now, you don't have those same huge red candles with Bitcoin or with XRP creating those new lower lows near term right here. But the 5 just crossed right here, the 50. And if this can't rally back up above 295 and start confirming, we're in trouble. And if we finish, and I'll be blunt, below 285 and we confirm below 285, you are going down and retesting 276. And I've told you guys this. And that's what I'm expecting, a 276 retest. Now, at this point, if it fails, if we confirm below 276, folks, oh my goodness. I got 250 roughly. It's going to be it's air. And that's what I have for the technicals. I don't want to see it get down to there. Where I like to buy and possibly get back in slowly but surely is anywhere below that 276 and above the 250 zone. Like I said, it's not so much, it's all this liquidity drain you're seeing because of that $300 billion they have to raise for the accounts for the Treasury. That's a big part of this. I know other people are looking at other things. I'm just telling you, that is a massive thing on this market. So I'm continuing to watch it. We'll see where it goes. I got a ton of dry powder. You guys know a lot of dry powder, 7 figures worth of dry powder. And I am ready to move that in at a good time. We're not there yet for me to feel comfortable, especially with the 5 coming down finally, crossing the 50, and that 13's working its way down. Expect by the end of this week, if that 13's crossing, we got ugliness. Now, if we, by the end of the week, push this candle back above 295 and we get a nice confirmation, I'll probably buy in then. And so I'm watching either of these two things happening. And so we'll see which one happens first, all right? Let me take that back. Not 295. Up to 307 is what I'm watching for. This is where we already were. If we get that confirmation above 307, I'm all in. That tells me everything I need to know. But if we break below 276, not good. Not good, and I'll be patient. And that's what I keep telling you. I'm waiting for that reversal or the time frame, getting close to that day that I'm waiting for, which is end of September-ish. We want to see the Treasury done raising their money. Now, the last one Tom Lee talked about, or I should say, kind of talked about, and this is the one that you guys said Stockmo UFO. You're right. I didn't know what that is. Anyways, this is what I'm watching for. We finally got the red candle that I thought would happen, and that's why I eliminated a lot of my Ethereum, 90% of my Ethereum. And now I'm waiting to get back in, hopefully at a cheaper price. That's why I do that. But we didn't get that because of what happened right here with the Fed. And this is still holding up so strong. In other words, that 50 EMA is coming up quickly. By the end of this week, I got to tell you, this is you got the left shoulder over here. You got a nice neckline, or I should say a double top's what I'm looking at, not the head and shoulder. The double top. You got a top here, top here. You got a neckline down here. It just comes down here. Just say right there. Look at that neckline. And look at the price of the neckline. 4067. 4067. What was the number they talked about? 4067. Folks, it's the same line I got. And you can see them talking. I am highly skeptical. They must be watching the channel. Come on, guys. At least comment on my videos if you're watching. If it breaks this trend nor breaks, I am highly skeptical it's going to break 4067 from 818. Okay. We'll see. How about that? We'll see. I don't want it to. I got money in this. If it goes up, I make money. If it goes down, I lose money. So don't watch my video thinking, oh, Mo's kind of negative. I'm not. I'm not shorting it. I'm long. I don't want it to break it, but I can tell you this. If it does, I have so much dry powder to take advantage of, and I might even be buying BMNR. So there's some of the things I am watching. You'll know if that 5 crosses the 13 right here, and this, you don't have to wait for this down here. If that 5 comes down and confirms below the 13, and now you got the candles below the 13, if this turns red and confirms by the end of today, oh, that's not a good signal. If we push back above the 5 and the 13, though, and we get a confirmation, they could be on to something. And you know, I might be taking advantage of that. So I'm watching quite a few things here. The double top scares me. The breaking of the neckline, which they highly skeptical that it will get down there. If we break that, oh boy, that's bad. It is bad. And that leads to most likely a retesting of the 50 EMA at that 3,800 level. And that's where I will be buying some big time stuff. All right, I'll at least start buying there, and I'm talking big 6-figure buys that I'm looking at. And of course, you got to be a little bit safe because if you fail at the 50, that could get ugly. And so, anyways, these are things I'm watching right now. And like I said, I'm just playing it candle by candle. And so far, it's been spot on from what I've been telling you. Now, if you guys haven't done it, do yourselves a favor. Get over to my new workshop and get in there now. All right. Code money. You want to learn these candles? That way you don't have to watch anybody. You know what's going on. You're doing it yourself. Code money. Sign up for the different workshops. Mine's right here. If you want to get into all 3, do the bundle. You save 30 plus use code money. You save another 20. You can get into Will's and Dr. Stock's. Get into cryptos. He talks crypto. It's awesome. Dr. Stock's options. And then, of course, my candle, which is a very cool introduction into that. It's well worth it. Well worth the investment. And of course, over to my Discord, code LEARN, save 50% off your first month for a little bit more. That is the second link. And of course, take advantage of the Kraken link. I got that down there. Trade 100 and get 25 in XRP. This is a great one. This is where I buy and do my crypto stuff. You guys will see that. I always share that portfolio in there for you guys to see. And of course, what do we got here? I got it here somewhere. Well, we do have it here. So what do we got here? 2 of these? Yeah, we do. Anyways, the next one down below is over to the webinar. Make sure you guys take advantage of the webinar right here. Get in there. You can learn how to learn the technicals from me, a national champion coach / teacher. And you guys can sign up for that. We have new spots open. All right, folks. I appreciate you stopping by. I will see you in the Discord.